Today I'm going to be doing a reboot of an old film, one of my first films I presented on my YouTube channel, and that is building the chicken coop, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. Today we're going to be talking, or I'm going to be sharing with you guys on how I built this fortified chicken coop. The chicken coop was built simultaneously with the barn. This was before I even moved the fifth wheel over to the property and we started living here. I would come a mile down the road and work on cleaning up the property. Once it was all cleaned up, I had a stockpile of material that I had salvaged and saved over the years. I moved all my saved material down from Acorn Acres and piled it and did an inventory of all my resources that I had. So based upon what I had dictated the size and the shape of the structures, namely the barn, and then also the material I had set aside to do the chicken coop. The design I came up with is an elevated chicken coop. I put a lot of thought and consideration into the design of the chicken coop because of the type of material I had and the amount of resources. I wanted to, well, I had to do it as cheaply as possible. I did put some money into the exterior paneling. We got that at a discount lumber yard. And my wife wanted paneling on the inside, plus it adds a little bit of extra insulation value, especially during the cold winter months. I bought some paint and we painted the structure, and as you can tell, all the outbuildings on Pine Meadows Hobby Farm are painted the same. It makes it nice and neat and pretty. The chicken coop itself measures 6 foot by 6 foot, and it's only 4 foot high right here, but it stands about 6 feet 6 inches high right here at the middle. This is primarily room enough for me to get in and get it cleaned out, but mainly to keep the area small, to keep it easier to keep heated during the cold winter months here in the mountains. The coop size was designed for no more than about 11 to 12 chickens. That's 2 roosters and up to 10 hens. Figured that was enough to supply us with enough eggs for the homestead, and we've been getting so many eggs I was able to take them to work and sell them to my coworkers and generate a little extra income to help defer the cost of the chicken feed. So let's talk about the base structure. The base structure measures 6 feet wide by 12 feet long. It is just a 4x4 framed beams, and then fastened to the bottom of those is sheet metal that I salvaged from the what was left of the mobile home that was here on the property when I purchased the property. So we went ahead and attached that, and I'm thinking that'll make it virtually impenetrable by mice, rats, coons, fox, so they can't get in. I have never lost any chickens in this fortified chicken coop. I had elevated it to keep it off the mud and the water so it wouldn't dry rot. In addition, the beams I used on the bottom are redwood. They do not rot. Then I used pressure treated supports and then framed in the house itself. The overall height of the chicken run is 9 feet high. So this area of the chicken run measures 6 by 6, but the whole surface floor space is 6 by 12, giving the chickens plenty of room to run around during the inclement weathers and keeping them safe, especially when they have chicks, safe from predators. It is time to do my spring clean. As you could tell from the chicken run, what I do is I clean all that up and spread it out throughout the garden. The features inside of the chicken coop itself is I put a tray under their roosting bar, because this is where they do a lot of concentrated pooping, so that I figured that makes it easier to clean, and I have to clean that depending on how many chickens I have. Well, up to 12 chickens, I have to clean it every month. If I just have like 2 to 6 chickens, I only clean it once a season. But the actual chicken run and the floor of the chicken coop itself, I clean out once a year because it takes that long for it to get soiled enough. With the chicken run, I just keep adding stuff on top of it. They call that deep bedding. So that chicken coop is almost complete. Yes, we've been here. I began building it 4 years ago, and then I went on to building other buildings. But the chicken coop is not complete. There's a couple of more features I just need to add to it. One is the ridge line across the roof, and then all the metal trim pieces around the edge of the roof. And I also need to add the boards to give it that board and batten effect to match the other buildings, to stay with the theme here on Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. It just looks so much better, and it's so convenient to be able to clean. So that's how I built my chicken coop here at Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen, and I'm glad you guys tuned in. Please tune in for more videos as I get them produced. We have several activities going on throughout the year, so we'll see you guys in more videos. Bye bye.